Hey, you guys, welcome to my channel. I am going to be talking about my journey and my truth through breast cancer. I have come a long, long, long way. I am 9 years? Yeah, going on 9 years remission. So, glory to God for that. And just welcome to my channel. Let's get to it. So, this channel is called Because She Believe Podcast, but it's just gonna be my truth and my story. That's what it is. Back in a couple of months ago, I was trying to upload. I shot like 4 episodes of trying to upload them, and it did not work out. And it was just God telling me I was delayed and not denied. So we're gonna try this again, but I'm not doing it how everybody else is doing it. I'm just doing how I do it. This is just me telling my story, and you guys just using this as encouragement or preparation, whatever you're going through or getting ready to go through. So, yeah. So let's go. July 4th, 2014. No, 2013. Let's get it straight. July 4th of 2013. My menstrual, get it together. My menstrual cycle my menstrual cycle came and it was orange, and I knew something was wrong. It had to be wrong. And some just said do a breast exam. So I did a breast exam, and I found a pea-sized lump in my right breast. So I just knew something was wrong. I was like, oh my God, I hope it's not breast cancer. And I've always thought in the fourth grade and told myself, I am not going to get breast cancer. I'm going to protect my breast. What fourth grader you know is out there thinking about breast cancer? Me. So so I want to say like a couple of months later, I went to a doctor out here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we set up a mammogram, ultrasound, and they said everything was fine. It was just a benign tumor. I even went to the ER by my menstrual cycle. They said my white blood cell count was fine, my red blood cell count was fine. Nobody could find anything wrong with me at that time. So in December 2013, I moved back to Georgia, Augusta, Georgia. So from December all the way up until August of 2014, I said something is not right. Um, Sex was not enjoyable. My discharges were out of control. Something was wrong. I said, okay, this is enough. I'm going to go to an OBGYN to get checked out and see what's actually going on. So we did a PAP. 2 weeks later, I'm getting ready to walk into the office. I said, I hope my spouse at the time did not give me something because I'm a, you know. So walking there, I really did walk in there with high hopes, and the doctor came in and she said it came back cervical cancer. When I heard that news, my heart sank into my stomach, and I didn't know how to take the news. Another nurse came in. I just started bawling, crying. Another nurse came in. She came in to hug me and comforted me and gave me encouraging words. And I was just thinking about how I'm gonna tell my loved ones this. And first person I called was my dad, and he was in unbelief, and he just trying to uplift me and give me encouraging words. And I called my mom, and she was devastated, and I didn't tell my children at first. I didn't know how they was gonna take it. So um I called my spouse and I said, hey, you need to come home. And he came home, and I told him what happened. And it was just really a hard blow for all of us. Really, it really was. And I'm thinking, okay, cervical cancer shouldn't be that bad, cold knife cone, get it over with, let's go. So my OBGYN, referred me to the cancer center. So we're setting up a plan to do a cold knife cone and to go ahead. They thought at that time a benign tumor, to go ahead and get it out. So we set up the surgery, had the surgery on October 2nd, and today is October 2nd. That is full circle. Wow. And so we have the surgery. They took the tumor out of my breast. They took a part of my cervix out with a cold knife cone. All right, we waiting for the results. So just being transparent, I was a smoker. I used to smoke black and mild cigarettes and weed. That news did not stop me at that moment. That news even increased my intake when it came to cigarettes. And not thinking about what harm it could do, because I'm thinking in my head, oh, we did the surgery, I should be fine. Go back for the results. They said, Ms. Fields, unfortunately, um, the cervical cancer is at a stage 3, and your breast cancer, it is breast cancer, and that came back at stage 2. When I tell you, I did not know how to process that. I didn't know how to wrap my mind around that. I didn't know what was to come. I'm like, God, why are you doing this? And I'm thinking, they say it's karma. Because all the sins I've sinned and I've fallen short of his glory. So I'm thinking all the stuff that I did back in the day and all the sinning I've done, I'm thinking this is my consequence. This is my fate at this point. And my mom, she didn't take it well at all. She thought she gave it to me because she's gone on to glory. But she at that time she thought she gave it to me. I'm like, Mom, you didn't give me this, because she was a breast cancer survivor. But they caught hers early. We didn't think to look back in the family to see who had it. So set my children down, set my spouse down at that time, and we was like, we just gonna take this day by day, because we didn't know, we planned financially as much as we could, um but everything else mentally, we did not know how to prepare for this. So I wasn't thinking about death. I was thinking about surviving. I said, well, what's the game plan? So the game plan was to do radiation on my cervix first, and then do chemo on my breast, then do radiation on my breast. They couldn't do certain things. They couldn't do chemo and radiation on my cervix at the same time. Because we used to fight this thing. We used to fight this thing head on. We fighting two cancers at the same time. Let's go. Let's go. So we getting ready for radiation for my cervix. Um and they was trying to do an outpatient with me, and they was trying to put a Smith sleeve, um insert a Smith sleeve in my cervix, and then they bring the wires in, they attach the wires to that sleeve, and the radiation is transferred from those wires to my cervix. No, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. That out I said, no, y'all gonna have to put me to sleep. So they said, okay, Miss Fields, if we do that, you're gonna have to go to the OR every Wednesday, and we had to do it for there. I think I did that for 6 weeks. Every Wednesday, they put that sleeve inside my cervix under anesthesia, woke me up, transported me to it was right around the corner, so they didn't transport me far. Put me in the ambulance, transported me from the OR room to the radiology, did radiation, and I went home. I did that for 6 weeks. I had a Smith sleeve. I'm gonna put it right here so y'all can see what that is. A Smith sleeve inserted in me every Wednesday for 6 weeks. And radiation is shocking me in my cervix. That I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. And it was hard. It was hard doing during that, coming out of that, throwing up, weak, exhausted. So I got through that, and we're prepping me for chemo. So I believe we started chemo in January of 2015. No, I'm sorry, February of 2015. And I knew with this, I was like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this at all. I knew I was getting ready. They just telling me Hair is gonna fall. You're gonna have aches and pains, all that good stuff. And they had to take my body through menopause. And at that time, me and my ex didn't have any children together. So I was like, well, what's the possibility of me having any more kids? It was slim to none. It was slim to none. And so thinking about that, um, trying to get my mental ready for the pain, the aches in my bones, hair falling out. So first round of chemo. Before chemo, um, and I'm just giving you my truth, you guys. Every relationship is not sweet peaches and cream. Um, my spouse cheated on me during that time. Well, I think right after I did my port, and I was devastated. I was devastated. I'm like, why would you do that while I'm going through this? You know what I'm saying? But we got over that hump, and it hurt. It hurt. I'm just keeping it 100. It hurt. Um, because I know people out there. We as patients, the cancer patients and survivors, we at that time we have a lot to think about. How are our children enduring this? How are our spouses taking this? Also with how we're processing this. And it was not easy on my family at all. My mom came down for my first surgery. My sister came down and they gave me their support, but it wasn't easy for them to see their daughter go through this, their sister go through this, their mother, their friend to go through this. And I'm just so grateful to be here to tell my story. Um, but this is part one. Um, this is gonna be a series of mine. Then I'm just gonna tell my story about my cancer journey, and I just hope that you are here on the ride. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my journey to other individuals that you may think will be encouraging for them to hear this. So I want to thank you and I love you. Peace.